Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Samantha and I am the Gem Priestess. I am an energy healer who is here to help you kind of relieve yourself of these trapped emotions that are inside of your body that are, literally physically hurting you, holding you back from the life that you have always wanted. And I'm here to help you sift through those emotions, sift through kind of these physical symptoms that are going on, and really help you to step forward, feel comfortable in your body, in your skin, in your life, and just to help you feel comfortable moving forward and really achieving all your goals, all your desires, all of that good stuff. So definitely, if you have any questions on that, or if you're kind of interested, down in the description box will be a link to my website. You guys can click that, check that out, and I explain to you guys what exactly is going on, just kind of my own personal story. And you can hear from clients of mine, and like I said, book your own energy healing service with me, because it is time to stop feeling uncomfortable in your skin, in your body, in your life, and really helping you to work through, feel comfortable, feel confident, and all around feeling great. So anyway, for today's video, I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about some of the emotions that kind of can be trapped in our bodies, and why they can be trapped, what can they cause, kind of just the different stuff, and really moving, and how can we move forward and really release those emotions so that we can get to better feeling emotions, better feeling bodies, better feeling minds and life, and all of that good stuff. So definitely today is one of those videos where we're just gonna sit back, talk it out, chill it out, get to know each other a little bit better, and really help you guys just kind of know, like, okay, what is it that Samantha does? How can the Gem Priestess help me? What is going on with my body? All of that stuff. We are definitely going to sit here and talk it all out and really, figure out what is going on and help you guys understand a little more about how, I conduct my energy healing services, and just kind of things that you should look out for. Whether it's feelings, things that are going on in your body, all of that stuff, we are going to cover it all today. So as humans, obviously we all have, so many different emotions that we can feel, throughout our day, throughout, the month, the week, our lives, whatever it may be. We are feeling so many emotions. Some of these emotions, maybe we can't even catch up on, we don't even know that we're feeling them. Sometimes, especially in childhood, we're taught, to, oh, don't be afraid, don't act like that, stop crying, whatever. So a lot of times, as children, our feelings are neglected, and as adults, we neglect our feelings, and, we can't really neglect our feelings. Feelings need to be felt, emotions need to be felt, and need to be discussed and talked about, and really, getting down to the bottom of, okay, like, what is going on? Why am I feeling this way? Just all of that stuff. Why am I acting this way? And, a lot of times, especially when emotions have been held on so long, from childhood to adulthood, it can show up in a lot of different physical ways. You can suffer from headaches, you can suffer from, skin problems, joint problems, back problems, stomach issues, even for my people out there who do menstruate, we can have menstrual problems. Just all of that stuff can come from trapped emotions and, different traumas and stuff that we've experienced, as children, as, babies, toddlers, teenagers, even adulthood. Something tragic can happen and we can just kind of brush it off. And, our nervous system hasn't worked through, those emotions, hasn't worked through the trauma. And so it will store these feelings in different parts of our body. And usually those parts in our body definitely do have to relate to, our chakras. So, if you have any questions on the chakras and just kind of what they, each chakra kind of does, what they kind of house, I definitely have done a series on chakras, so I will link that up here for you guys, and you guys can definitely check that out and just kind of see what's going on, because a lot of times with different issues that are happening, it is going to be something's going on with our chakras. And so it's time to get down to the bottom of it, to the feelings, to the emotions, to the memories, even the traumatic events. They will be stored in different parts of our body, and it's time to get down to the bottom of how we're feeling, what is going on, and just kind of release all of that. So with emotions, like I said, we do experience so many emotions, and they definitely do kind of fall on a spectrum. Obviously, we've talked about, high vibrations, high vibe and low vibe, good vibes, all of that stuff. And so definitely, even though that might sound kind of corny, like, oh, good vibes, whatever, it definitely does, have some truth to it. It definitely does have some say to it. So definitely, with vibrations, with our emotions, they are on a spectrum, from the highest vibrationals to the lowest vibrationals, and all of our emotions just kind of fit in the middle of there. So, definitely on the bottom, the lowest emotion is going to be just kind of shame, that kind of like feeling degrading, all of that stuff, all of that negative stuff is just, that is definitely the lowest point. And that is definitely, if we are feeling any shame about anything, it's definitely time to work through that, because the lower that you are, the lower vibrations that you are, you definitely are going to call in, a lot of things. Shame is definitely something that is really a foundational problem, and really does, again, stem from that root chakra. And so it's really gonna play a huge impact on, just how you live your life, how you go about, your life. And, the more that we can move up from that, even if you can go from shame to just, your regular, like, to anger, even just that little bit, you're gonna see a big difference. And, the more that we move, from anger and then to sadness, and then even from neutral, from that kind of neutral feeling, neutrality, it's definitely gonna play a big difference. And you're gonna see a big difference from neutrality from shame. And then, all the way at the top, the highest vibration is gonna be just kind of, gratitude and joyous, and just kind of that, kind of feeling of ecstasy, that, ecstatic feeling. Those emotions are going to be the highest vibrational. Those are, the emotions and feelings that definitely do come, from God, angels, universe, again, whatever spiritual being that, calls to you and works for you, that, those big, grand, high vibrational feelings do come from those high vibrational beings. So the more that we move towards that, the more that you're going to see, you're going to be able to call in, more and more and better things, and you're going to ultimately feel better and more confident and comfortable in your body. And that is definitely what we are trying to do. When I do work with people, I work with my clients, and we do these energy healings, we figure out, okay, what's hurting you, what's bothering you, and we work through those emotions, and again, just kind of climb up that ladder until we can jump all the way up to that kind of, feelings of gratitude and joyousness and ecstasy and all of that good stuff. We are just climbing the ladder, trying to get there, so that we can, again, feel, ultimately comfortable in who we are, and again, being able to call in just kind of this life of comfort and ease. Because with that, then, there's no more struggling, there's no more pain, there's no more suffering in our lives. And that is all what we are trying to get to. So whether, in our lives, in our bodies, just in our heads sometimes too. So these are all things that we are all always working towards. So this is definitely something that I have talked about, on my Instagram a couple of times. So if you guys aren't following me, definitely go ahead. Down in the description box will be a link to, also my Instagram and my Twitter. You guys can follow me, because I definitely do talk about this stuff a little more on there, just as I'm, on there a little more often than I am on here. But definitely, like I said earlier, different feelings can kind of go along with different chakras and can show up in different ways. So, down in our root chakra is definitely going to be, just feelings of grief, and, really being afraid to just kind of like let go, and really being able to fully mourn things that have ended. They don't necessarily always have to be, people, we're not always grieving, deaths, but sometimes, we're grieving, friendships, or sometimes, even just familial relationships, a lot of times just that kind of grief, and that, just all of that stuff that we're not really ready to let go of. When you're not really ready to let go, all of that just kind of friction is really going to be stuck in that root chakra. So that's definitely something that is really important to just kind of moving through and, moving forward. And definitely, in our, solar plexus chakra, right above our belly button, it's really going to hold in all of that, just that shame. It's really going to, hold in there, especially shame towards ourselves, as our that solar plexus chakra is all about, how we feel about ourselves and our empowerment and our willpower and all of that. That all does come from, that solar plexus chakra. So really having issues with that, you're really gonna super struggle with yourself and really seeing yourself and figuring out, okay, where you can go and what you can do. You're gonna have a lot of issues there. And so definitely these emotions do get trapped into these different chakras. So it's really important to figure out, okay, how am I feeling? Where is something going on here, and how can we move from that? And really, there's a lot of times, I've talked about on here, I've had, definitely some skin issues. I've mentioned sometimes I definitely do have like this crazy back pain. I get like crazy headaches like 5 days out of the week, and it's just something that like I thought that I had to live with, and I don't, and you don't either with any other problems that you do have. You definitely do not need to live with these things. These are all things that can lead back to your emotions, and by releasing those emotions, you're going to see a difference in your life, see a difference in your body, and really being able to be like, okay, no, like I got this, I can figure this out. And really being able to again feel comfortable and just start climbing that ladder and getting towards the body of not being in distress, not having dis-ease in your body, and then ultimately not having that dis-ease in your life, and that dis-ease and distrust and all of that. You're not gonna have to struggle, you're not gonna worry about that. So we are continuously again climbing that ladder to reach to ultimately where we want to be. So if you guys are super interested in that, or you guys have any questions, like I said, I will link my website, my Instagram, and my Twitter down in the description box. You guys can on my website I do have my email on there, so you guys can shoot me an email. On my Instagram and my Twitter, my DMs are always open, so if you ever have any questions, you can always shoot me DMs there. I am always getting back to you guys, because I am here to help you guys feel good in your skin, in your body, in your lives, to feel comfortable, and ultimately give you the tools that you need to have your most successful life possible. So that is definitely my little spiel for today, definitely letting you guys know just kind of how things can work in the body. And definitely, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. You guys can comment down below. I love getting back to you guys in the comments too. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and I cannot wait until I see you guys next time. Bye bye.